Hello and welcome to Eye of Gnosis Tarot. My name is Ewan and today we are reading a Valentine's reading using the Temple of Love spread, as I call it, for Cancer. And I'll just talk you through what we're going to do today, as well as what deck I'm using and also how Cancer relates to me. And I do that out of the honesty of what I'm getting out of the reading, just so you know that I'm not just reading for myself. So first of all, I'll tell you what deck I'm using. So I'm using the Ethereal Visions deck. I don't usually use this deck. I prefer to use the Thoth deck. But I thought this one looked nice for Valentine's Day because it's Art Nouveau. I think you will appreciate it, actually, Cancer. I don't know, I get Cancer vibes from this. This is how the reading's going to go. So Temple of Love reading is, we have a column here which represents you in terms of relationship. So this is a Valentine's reading, it's a relationship reading. And we have your thoughts, feelings and actions. We have the same here on this column for the person, that special person in your life. And then we have what they're bringing, what you're bringing to the relationship, the current status of the relationship, and then we can have the near future, mid future and far future. And right at the end we're going to pull the shadow card, which will act as something to be mindful of, a little bit of a warning, I suppose, regarding the relationship. But I think being mindful is a better term of phrase. Straighten out my mat a bit here. So, Cancer. This can be for future relationships, this can be, so potential relationships, it could be current relationships, and it can be past relationships. Whatever resonates with you. And this is for your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign, because it's Valentine's Day. And if you don't resonate with this reading, do go and look at your birth chart online. There's plenty of free resources for that, and see where you have those parts of your chart, where you have placements for those, because you may have a Cancer sun, for example, which is probably what's brought you here today. But you could have an Aries moon, for example, and go and look at the Aries reading if this one doesn't resonate for you. And if the Aries one doesn't resonate for you, look at your rising and your Venus sign, and that might resonate for you. So this is a general reading in terms of relationships for Cancer. And without further ado, we will get on with it. I'm just going to give the deck a little bit more of a shuffle, making sure I'm not looking at the bottom. Now, if you have any predictions throughout the reading for what the shadow card is, please put them down in the comments section, and watch your ego inflate when you get it right. I mean, you could put it down now, but I'd be very surprised if you knew. So I've got to put the cards down really first. So we're going to have a look at what you're thinking about with regards to this special somebody in your life, Cancer. Oh, I was going to tell you where Cancer relates to me first. So I don't actually have any placements in Cancer. I don't have any asteroids, I don't have any planets. Of course, we all have Cancer in our chart, though, as part of our houses. I'm just going to look now. And Cancer, for me, spans most of my 7th house and a tiny little bit of my 8th house. And it's because I'm only just a Sagittarius rising, and I'm a Capricorn sun by 1 degree. So Cancer is, of course, my opposite. So it's where I find relationships, apparently. So the funny thing is, I don't think I have ever met a Cancer sun that was the opposite gender, because I'm heterosexual. Yeah, which is a bit weird. Maybe I'm meant to be alone forever. If there's any Cancers out there, put your name down in the comment. I'm only kidding. But if there are any Cancers out there that enjoy this reading, please do like the video. At least do that for me. And subscribe to the channel if you find this stuff interesting. I don't just do tarot readings, I also do tutorials on how to do the spreads, and I also am going through the Thoth deck, analysing each card, all its symbolism, and all the divinatory interpretations, because there's loads of symbolism in these beautiful cards, the Thoth deck, and you'll see future tarot spreads where I use those. But today we're using the Ethereal Visions deck, the Art Nouveau. Though I didn't look at the bottom card, and just so you know, I'm going to shuffle it more. We'll get started now. So your thoughts regarding this person, Cancer. Oh, we're hitting straight up with the Lovers. So there's definitely someone special in your life, Cancer. And you're thinking about them quite a bit. So that is Gemini's major arcana. Now, if you're wondering why the cards look a bit yellow, it's because yours is the last one I'm doing today, Cancer, and the sun has set here in dreary England. Even though I've got a white light, my normal lights tend to be doing more of the lighting, so that's why the cards look a bit orange. Doesn't matter though. And also, I will get a better camera if I get more likes and I get more subscribes, so that's up to you guys. Because this is just a hobby for me at the moment. Okay, we're going to look at your feelings now. I'm going to slow down a bit. Your feelings towards this person, Cancer. Now, I don't do reversals, so I've got this 7 of Wands, so you're trying. You're trying, Cancer. Yeah, don't give up the fight. Valor is its name in the Thoth deck. It's Leo energy. You're trying, Cancer, don't give in. And we've got your actions, Cancer, towards this person. And the relationship. The 5 of Wands. Strife. Okay. So maybe this is causing strife in your life. You could be having strife with this person. We'll have a look at the other cards to see where that's the case. But it could just be that thinking about this relationship in this idealistic way, the lovers, that's the archetypal card for Valentine's Day, really, isn't it? Thinking about that maybe too much. Trying maybe a bit too hard there in the heart. And I get that, Cancer. You're a very emotional sign. Not the most emotional sign, dare I say. Okay. So before we look at what you bring to the relationship, Cancer, we need to see what's going on for the other person, your paramour, so to speak. So we're going to look at their thoughts now regarding this relationship. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands. We've had this before, and that is potential. They see potential. So we've had this in another reading. I think it was Taurus's reading. They see potential in you, Cancer. Or potential in the relationship at least. So that's positive. So maybe this could be getting rid of that 5 of Wands for you, just looking at that. Oh, sorry. It's not 5 of Wands. It's 5 of Swords. Very similar concept. So it's defeat as opposed to strife. So you may be feeling defeated by it, which is a similar concept to what I was talking about earlier. It's less harsh. It hurts though. But maybe you can get rid of that 5 of Swords, yeah? With this Ace of Wands. Let me put my glasses on. I look like a right nerd when I do. Okay, what are their feelings towards this relationship? Okay, so the 7 of Cups. So this can be interpreted, depending on dignity, it's either too much choice, too much going on in their heart, and it could also be driven by more materialistic goals, lust, desire. Now you might want that, Cancer, I don't know. It's interesting, we've got 7s both there in the heart though, and that is below the heart chakra. Heart is 6. I say below, the 7th is obviously going up, but in terms of the way the tree of life corresponds to the chakra system, the 7 and the 8 are the 3rd chakra, the solar plexus, so the ego. But the heart is always the 6th Sephiro and the 4th chakra. Okay. Very interesting. I don't know whether this is lust or just having too much. We'll see what the other cards say. I'm just looking at it there on my screen. I'll show you down this way. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. So that is success. Okay. 6 of Pentacles is success in the Thoth Tarot deck. It's complete, harmonious and balanced material things. So I think, this might be lust and desire, because they feel like they've got it. There's potential in this relationship and they've bagged it. Yeah. And that might change your thoughts towards this relationship now, Cancer, because you're definitely trying. Depending on the shadow card And what happens in terms of what you bring into the relationship and the present moment and obviously the future, we've got so much more to go through. But at the moment, one possible avenue for this reading could be a toxic relationship. Yeah. It could appear to be your dream lover. And you keep trying and you feel like you can't give any more. And they're just taking. They're just taking. And that's why they see potential here. So there could be a sinister angle to this, Cancer, but we'll look at the rest of the reading before we confirm or deny that. So what are they bringing to a relationship? And then we'll look at what you're bringing, Cancer. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So they are leaving it to chance. They're leaving this relationship to chance, which is not, I'm not going to lie, it's not great considering what we said about a potential toxic relationship. It's good in the sense that they're not obsessed in the I need to own you kind of way, but they could definitely be wanting more than what you, not more, something different from what you want. It looks like you want romance, and you're overthinking this at the moment, Cancer. They're in it for themselves, I think. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I don't want to use the term, but it could be they're looking for a casual fling. Or several casual flings because they're maybe they're physically attracted to you or emotionally attracted to you. Because this desire doesn't have to be like lust of the way you look. It doesn't have to be, sex desire. It could be that they're very insecure deep down. I mean, that's the case anyway for that kind of toxic partner. But this could appear emotionally because it's the cups. Although that ones is telling me this is more like I'm going for it. But it could be that they have a wound and they're trying to compensate for it. Yeah. Because they could be pouring lots into it and making you feel like you need to pour lots into it. Cancer. But we'll see what you're bringing. Okay, the Four of Pentacles, so stability. And I think this might be what they're seeking if they are insecure. Four of Pentacles is power. It's Capricorn Sun, your opposite sign. Hello. Yeah. You bring stability, and they might have some sort of love addiction, for example, or a physical addiction. But I think it's probably a love addiction with the cups here. And they see success in this relationship because you complete the six for them, I think. Yeah. And that's why they see potential in this. But at the same time, they are leaving it to chance. There's an element of happy-go-lucky here, so it's not incredibly toxic. It's certainly not healthy. It's certainly not healthy. Okay, we'll see what the relationship is like at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another 5 or a 10 or a 7 of Swords. Well, the 7 of Swords might come later. Let's have a look at what it's currently like. So we've got the Hierophant, so seeking intuition. So at the moment, it could be that you're trying to work out whether it's you or them. And they're trying to work out what is going on for you, because you must be, with the 7 of Wands, which is Valor, it's not it's a difficult card, but it's well dignified usually. And the 5 of Swords, you're definitely giving off vibes that you're struggling. And maybe they're trying to sense this, is that. Maybe they're thinking, is it me or is it them? Maybe that's why they're putting things to chance. Testing the waters, so to speak. Because again, the Hierophant is seeking intuition. I tell you, the number of times I've pulled this Hierophant card in these Valentine's readings is insane. And I have shuffled this deck like nobody's business. It is ridiculous. I think the only reading I didn't get it in was Taurus's reading, which is quite funny because it's Taurus's major arcana. Wow. Yeah. Seeking intuition, sussing each other out. And I think you're a very spiritual person, Cancer. You can't help it being a water sign. Emotions connect us to the divine. And I think by getting in touch with your intuition, you might be able to get rid of this fantasy. Yeah, you've got this. You've got stability in you. Don't destabilize yourself. These two are very unstable cards. Yeah, and I mean, I don't mean any shade on Gemini, but Gemini is usually in two minds about things. They often struggle with the stability of like thoughts, because there's just so many of them going on. That's a double-edged blade. That's why the thoughts are swords in the tarot. But you do have stability, Cancer. You know, you're a very maternal sign. It doesn't matter what gender you are. You're the feminine to Capricorn's masculine, so to speak. You're very grounded for a water sign, as shown here by the Four of Pentacles, Four of Discs, whatever you want to call it. So I would trust your intuition, Cancer. I really would. Yeah. If you're looking for it, go looking for it. Okay. Don't go looking for this relationship if it's going to be toxic. Because they don't really care. Okay. Okay. Near future. The Emperor. Okay, so this could be well dignified or ill dignified. This is Aries major arcana. We've got quite a bit of major arcana here, haven't we? The Emperor is the divine masculine. And like I say, that can be well or ill dignified. When well dignified, it's nurturing, disciplined. It provides. It's a doing so that you can be. It's why we all have a divine masculine in us, no matter what your gender is. It's our doing nature. It's our left hemisphere, which controls the right hand. When ill dignified, it's controlling. Very egotistical, doing for doing's sake. It's like the Jurassic Park thing, just because you could doesn't mean you should. And domineering, and everything you associate with toxic masculinity, essentially. And given what we've already gone through in the reading so far, I mean, we're going to look at the other cards. This could be a toxic masculine, and that doesn't mean they're a male. It doesn't mean that you're a female. Again, we have both inside of us. You can be a female and have toxic masculinity. It's more pronounced in the male, because the male is the imperfect reflection of the divine masculine. Remember, imperfect, so not perfect. The physical realm is just an echo of the higher realms, which we talk about in terms of the tree of life in Kabbalah. So here we are down here. I'm trying to do mirror reading with my finger. Down here in Malkuth, this is where we are. And then you've got all the Sephiroth, which are the different numbers of the tarot. And number 1 here, this ace, is Kether, which is pure. This is why this is potential, pure potential. So, be careful at the moment, Cancer. Let's carry on. In the mid-future, maybe this will turn it around. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles. So there's definitely material gain here. But for better or worse, it's not clear yet to me. Again, I'm seeing this Six of Pentacles with their actions towards the relationship. And they're not, they're throwing it up in the air as to what's going to happen. And you've got this Four of Pentacles, Cancer. So again, I can't help but see this kind of exploitation element to the Ten of Pentacles. It's stability and commitment, but at what cost? This is the Wealth card in the Thoth Tarot. It's the ultimate physical realm. It's the last card in the tarot, at least in terms of the minor arcana. Is the Malkuth of Malkuth. You don't get much more earthly than the 10 of Pentacles. Apart from maybe the Princess of Pentacles. Discs. You can use those terms interchangeably, by the way, Pentacles and Discs. You are someone with a lot of physical assets, Cancer. Whether I mean that in terms of your body, or in terms of your wealth, in terms of your household, your job. If you have got these things, be very careful, Cancer. Very careful. Because this person is making you feel defeated. They're making you fight for them. They're giving you this perfect image of a perfect relationship. Yet at the same time, they're still filling their cups. They're looking for success in this. I mean, that could be a positive thing. They see the potential in it. But you could find yourself being ruled over and your assets being ruled over. This is what it's saying to me at the moment. Yeah? And they could be using their intuition in the dark nature. You could be using yours in the light nature. They could be using theirs in the dark nature. And this is a bit like the idea of the Force. You've got the light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force. It's basically taken from Taoism, which shares very many concepts with other religions and spiritual traditions. So the dark is self-focused, and the light is other-focused. Yeah, the dark tends to do, the light tends to be. Okay. Let's get that final outcome. The far future for you, Cancer. Okay, got a very positive card there. The Six of Cups. So, it may be... So the Six of Cups, I'll just describe what that is. So the Six of Cups is what is known as pleasure. And that's not in a hedonistic sense. It's true pleasure. It's in Tippereth, which is known as Christ consciousness or Buddha nature. It's the route back to Kepha, which you can see here in the Tree of Life. We go up through the 9, try and do mirror reading again. Up through the 9, through the 6, up to Kepha, the 1, the Godhead, whatever you want to call it. Pure consciousness. And here it's terms of emotions. So we've got well balanced and harmonious emotions, which is a good thing. It's another 6, yeah. And it could be that this is a positive masculinity and that you're building wealth and that you come to the Six of Cups, which is a beautiful thing. Essentially, it's preparing a family, it's getting ready, it's nostalgia, it's all these wonderful things. It's the emotion that keeps giving. But there's another reading to this, because every card has a well and ill-dignified aspect to it. Even the Six of Cups has an ill-dignified aspect to it. And the Six of Cups is don't be naive. That's its shadow aspect. Now, I'm not doing a shadow reading, but we haven't got the shadow card yet. I think that will really show whether this is a darker reading or not. But from the story I've seen so far, this is either immature masculinity exploiting you. It's led to naivete, and nostalgia and this kind of, oh, I wanted this, and I think I've got it. It could be that. Or this could be a transformation of this. You show that you could be the divine masculine in this. You could show them responsibility. You build something together, creates commitment, and then it creates this wonderful, harmonious relationship at the end. I think only you can know that, Cancer, with respect to what this relationship is for you. And this is where the Hierophant comes in with the intuition. Yeah. If you sense something, when you sense something is up here, you know it's the former, and this is not good. If you sense it, if you think, no, actually, I genuinely think this person, I know they've got problems, and I know that they like me. I want to help them, and I feel, you saying, I feel that I've got this divine masculine in me. I feel like I'm a mature masculine. This could be the latter, then, the latter interpretation of this more positive outcome. I think the shadow card is really going to show us which one it is. So I think, in terms of predictions, I usually do a major arcana and a minor arcana. I think the major arcana is going to be the world, also known as the universe in the Thoth card. And it's a warning of don't throw everything into it. Do your spiritual homework, which is called intuition. Your psychological homework. And in terms of minor arcana, it could be reflected in terms of the... the thing is, there's a lot of minor arcana. It could be a court card. Yeah. They could be... If they're sly, it's going to be the Prince of Cups, who's in this deck is the King of Cups. And if it is, I'll explain why. If they're more brash, then it could be, again, it could be the King of Wands, which is the Prince of Wands. If they're more like, if they are this sort of toxic masculinity, maybe the same with the Knight of Wands. Yeah. I mean, I could just cheat and say it's the devil again. I always do that. The devil's not an evil card, but when it's in the shadow aspect, it is. Let's see what it is. If you've got a prediction, please put it in the comments below. I've only got one of these right so far. It's just purely intuition. I am not a clairvoyant. I read the cards through my knowledge of them and what my intuition tells me. Okay. Got the Ace of Pentacles. This is a warning of don't think that this is going to be some kind of amazing new beginning. Physically. We could be starting a business together. Probably not. We could be building a house together. Probably not. Yeah. Be careful of the seed you have planted, essentially. This is the seed. Be very careful of the seed you've planted. Maybe even consider if it's worth planting a seed. And I think it all revolves around, and I know it does because it's the present moment and it's in the middle. But sometimes it revolves around other cards, but I think it really does revolve around this Hierophant card. Please, Cancer, do your spiritual homework, your intuition. Stop overthinking this, and keep trying with your intuition. Don't keep trying for this relationship. You shouldn't have to try for a relationship. Yeah? I'm going to use another Star Wars reference. There is no try, there is only do. Or I think more accurately, being in a relationship. Yeah. And if they don't have the capability of being in it with stability, and you do, keep your stability, Cancer. Keep your crab shell. Yeah? Don't let them whittle you out. Protect what you've got. Because I am a little bit suspicious of this. Okay? Of course, there could be the well-dignified aspect to this reading, and you are free to interpret it that way, and I would if you really do feel that this person is not the things I described. Otherwise, please take care of yourself, Cancer. thank you so much for watching this video, spending quite a long time here with me, nearly half an hour, coming up to half an hour now. And if you found this useful at all, please hit the like button down there, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tarot related content, more readings. And again, if this didn't resonate for you today, do look at your sun, moon, rising and Venus signs on your birth chart online and see if there are any readings that do resonate for you, because I will be doing all the zodiac signs for this Valentine's Day. I have truly sold out, but I am just starting, and I'm not getting any money out of this. I'm just doing it as a hobby. But if we do start seeing the channel get popular, then I will upgrade, and maybe we'll see some more interesting things in the future. Thank you again, Cancer, and may peace be with you. Goodbye.